So much like we saw with the internet, I think with AI, there's going to be a widening out of applications that people are using it. That is going to drive uptime. That is going to drive the demand for AI and data center density. And I think that we're, not to use the baseball, parlance, but, are we in the second inning, third inning? Probably closer to the third inning at this point. But I think we've got multiple years to go. And when we take a look at some of the building that we're seeing for capacity, or we hear from comments like SK Hynix CEO, who says we see memory capacity constrained all the way into 2030, if not past. Micron is seeing something similar. It tells us that from different angles, we have more room to run.
Let me make the case for why I think this is the earliest of innings and why we're continuing to be bullish, and this is going to go on for many years. Something like 8% of data centers that have been announced and contracted are under some form of construction. So we have a lot of pent-up capacity. Maxonomics, which is a podcast that really breaks down consumer, is part of Morning Brew, but he did this fantastic story on this. What happened during the dot-com days was dark fiber, was the idea that we were building so much fiber capacity that we overcorrected. And that's one of the big catalysts for the decline in the stock market. The bubble bursting was this massive capex that we overbuilt because we didn't have the applications or the need. I mean, there was no Netflix or YouTube in those days that was streaming video, and we way overbuilt capacity, and we took out a lot of debt to do that. These companies didn't have the cash flows. The difference, though, in an AI data center is that there is no excess capacity. Is that effectively, whenever I'm doing something through an AI, and I've seen this, if you go to Claude, like I've heard comments just in the past week internally, but also externally, like sometimes it takes a while to get an answer. Like there's a timeout issue that's happening, is that there isn't all this excess capacity, is that people are adopting these technologies so quickly and using it and adapting the way that they work so quickly that there isn't like these data centers and these GPUs that are sitting dormant that are waiting to use, unlike the dot-com days where it was being massively built out and the demand cycle wasn't there.